when you're talking about devaluing, I'm also thinking about scheduling, right? How many of us have been in a situation where our classroom became what we have been affectionately called the dumping ground, right? Where we're not necessarily teaching band the whole day. You know, we have our quote unquote music appreciation classes or our music theory classes, and that random kid who can't sit still or who has issues or been fighting all day. Well, let's throw him in the music class. He'll be all right. You know. Um,
Like
so
music.
yeah, yeah, he beats on the desk all day, so that'll be perfect for him. Let's throw him in there, right? Um, but I mean, in that sense, I also believe that is a way that we are devalued as well, and that's just coming from my anecdotal experience. I mean, have you all experienced any of that? Any of you three?
Of course. Yeah, I would say, because I'm a relatively young teacher. Um, my first year, I had one class, I guess my dump class or whatever, and it honestly caused me anxiety every single day. I just really didn't look forward to that class. I loved everything else about it, man. But it's like you said, we're not teaching music in that class. If anything, it's classroom behavior management the whole day, just trying to keep kids from fighting each other, cussing all over the place, getting off their phones, stuff like that, man. And you try your best to form it into a band class, man. But some of these kids really have no interest in it whatsoever, and they're only in there because the guidance counselor put them in that class, and they won't let them out.
Well, let me speak up for the if there are any administrators tuning in on this, or anybody getting a degree in whatever the degree is in for becoming an administrator. There are some fantastic administrators out there, like mine. Uh, the brother is sharp, and he asked me questions on what's going on in my classroom. How are you teaching this? Why are you teaching this? Is this supposed to look like this? So there are the good ones out there that are not condoning the whole dumping ground thing. I am a victim of the dumping ground. I have them right now. I got 3 stacked music appreciation classes, all of them 30 students. And every day we got to find in there, we got to go in there, you got to juggle, and you got to ride the unicycle and try to figure out how to make music relevant to a group of students that care nothing about music or band. All they want to do is put that phone in their face. They don't want to write. They don't want to read. So you have to find a way to make music relevant. So pretty much we're magicians and not musicians. But I digress. I still think there are some great administrators out there, man.
Yeah, most definitely. I mean, I'm definitely not going to take away from the administrators that are really trying to figure it out. I will definitely say that in my last position, um, my direct administrator, my supervisor, made it a mission to work hard to try to understand what was going on, not only specifically in my classroom, but band in general. He took it upon himself to actually read what we have here, UIL. He took it upon himself to read the UIL documentation and understand what needed to happen throughout the year, the different contests that we had to perform in that were not district mandated but state mandated. So I definitely agree there are some out there, um, but I think I also believe that there are those who probably don't care, and I know that or I feel that many of us run into those as well. Quan, I think you about to say something.
Yeah, I do agree. That there are administrators that do support. Unfortunately, uh, not to generalize, but there are far few in between. And if you do have an administrator that is supportive, sometimes that's the diamond in the rough that we encounter. Um, and I saw this quote. I end with this. It says, educators, we don't leave bad students, we leave bad administrators. And so that's something that as an admin they have to consider too. Like we went into debt, going to attain these degrees, these advanced degrees, and we just want to teach. Honestly, I think that's what we're honestly, I hate to say, but begging for. We just merely want to teach. And just as important as math is, music is too, for those creative juices. So we just have to honestly begin, or if not more so, establishing that rapport with those administrators to show them, hey, this is what this is what band and music can do for this school holistically. But I also believe that honestly, we have to begin taking it upon ourselves to honestly gain data and attain data as well to show them like, hey, I had 9 seniors that attained this. Okay, next year I have these amount of juniors. This is the projected amount. So over 4 years, this band program can have over $2 million worth of scholarships, but I need this, this, and this to be in order for it. And then maybe, we'll see some definite change.
Absolutely. All right, cool. So let's get ready to move on to our next topic.